Split is happy to introduce Workspaces, which provide organizational hierarchy, allowing a single org to host multiple apps or product lines. The change is simple yet powerful. From an end-user experience standpoint, the only UI change is the addition of a Switch Workspaces menu item. If that's unchanged, the only workspace will be default. Of course, you can change the name from default, and Workspaces can have any name. Users can navigate to any workspace. So the previous object model, pretty straightforward. Organizations were one-to-many with the various objects that exist in the split environment. Today, workspaces are put in the middle, so an organization is one-to-many with workspaces, and then workspaces have their environments, split segments, metrics, etc. Let's take a look at that. So this is a case where we're looking at an environment or an organization with two workspaces, admin app and split app. If you add a workspace, it'll get added with two environments, production and staging, and two traffic types, user and account. You can look at the characteristics of a single workspace, the environments and the traffic types, or you can look at all environments for all workspaces. You can see we have different names for the workspaces in the admin app versus the split app. And you can look at all traffic types across workspaces. The event types are associated with traffic types, so they too belong to a workspace by default, as do browser API keys and SDK keys. Integrations are also unique to a workspace, and most of the other settings are for the organization-wide. So to review the workspace characteristics, they're intended for different apps or product lines. Keep in mind that the objects in workspaces are unique to that space. And they can have the same name, so you could have a name production environment in Workspace 1 and a production environment in Workspace 2. And as I showed a moment ago, integrations are unique to the workspace. Because the SDK browser API keys are tied to an environment, they are therefore tied to a workspace, which also means get treatment and event logging remain unchanged. And event types being tied to a traffic type also tie them to a workspace. Users can navigate to any workspace. So they can have read-only access if you set your environment permissions to limit their access in a workspace that's not their primary workspace, so they can't edit. And then you can give them editing rights to individual objects within that workspace if needed. Otherwise, most of the admin components remain at the org level, such as the security settings for SAML and setting the session length, the statistical settings, and the usage data. That's a quick look at workspaces. You'll find more at help.split.io and in the documentation.